Welcome back. How are you? You good? I'm good. My name is Mario Legault, and if you haven't seen my last video, or this one, if you haven't seen this one before, then I'll tell you why we're here. I like to talk about depression and anxiety and how you can fight both effectively. The advice that I give is simply from personal experience. Little tricks that have worked for me. So I'm not a doctor, I'm not a shrink, but I like to share my unique insight on the subject because I might have something to offer. I might be able to tell you something that you haven't heard anywhere else before. Because it all stems from my specific journey fighting with depression and anxiety. And I do this because I know how much it hurts. There's no pain like it in this world. It's unthinkable. And it doesn't deserve to have any effect. Does that make sense? It doesn't deserve to hurt us. It shouldn't even get that. At least not as much as it does. Because I understand that depression and anxiety are like fear responses. Normal. They're kind of meant to get you moving kind of thing. But when you have an anxiety attack, that's different. That's not helpful in any way. That's just you just suffering endlessly. So I decided to start making these videos. Guess what we're going to talk about today? Morality and individualism. Back when I was suffering from a great deal of anxiety, I was doing it because I was constantly thinking about all the things that were wrong in the world. That was one part. And the second part is that it was bothering me that I couldn't do anything about it. Those two thoughts kept combining. It was a constant struggle of, oh my God, all the things that are wrong in this world, and oh my God, I can't do anything, so it's just going to keep going. And the constant mixture of the two thoughts eventually gave me, burpiness, pretty much gave me the mother of all anxiety attacks, and a bunch of smaller ones to follow. This wasn't that long ago, a couple years. And eventually I had to learn to let go of that by letting go of what I like to call a collective morality. Now, when I say collective morality, I mean basically sort of a popular take on a problem that the world has. Some collective moralities are good and some are bad. The good ones usually lead to like charity, donations, and people helping people because it became a collective agreement that, oh my God, we need to help these people, this is bad. But me, I kept falling for the bad ones, like all the negative Facebook posts that you see people complaining about this, and there's nothing you can do about it, and it just gets to you and eats away at you. And I remember thinking to myself, I remember stopping. I remember abruptly pausing myself and asking, why is it my job to worry about all that? I'm just one guy who wants to make YouTube videos to help people. I can't do that much. You know what I mean? I can only lift enough weight to point it to myself. And that's when I understood the difference between collective morality and individualism. Individual morality. Having a sense of morality that is only for you, protected by you, and is there to remind you of what you can do and what you can't. That's what saved me from that problem. It was a realization. I kept complaining about what I can't do for the world, and then eventually I stopped and started thinking about what I can do. It is an enormous lift of pressure and weight off of your shoulders when you learn to let go of all the things that are wrong in the world and all the things that you can't do anything about. Because the key phrase that really triggered this for me was, "It's not my job." All the animal cruelty that happens, for example, in regards to farming. I don't want the animals to suffer, but what can I do? Like I'm gonna run in there with a machine gun and start shooting farmers just to set the animals free. And that, like, I'd be replacing one problem with another. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna go all there, like gun ho, like Rambo. I can't do that. And you don't have to either. Do what you can. Okay? If you're a guy who actually could play the activist warrior and you have the resource to do it, that's different. But a lot of us don't. And a lot of the suffering that anxiety causes is the trap between wanting to do something that you cannot do. Make things that you want to do within the realm of possibility. Remind yourself over and over again to just have your own account of morality. Think based on individualism. What can I do? Is it even what you want to do? Maybe you want to be an artist like myself. Maybe that's your way of helping. But that's still thinking in the realm of possibility. And that is probably the greatest lift against anxiety that I've ever had. That's helped me so much, and recently has helped prevent numerous attacks, is when I just lost the habit of thinking of all the negative things that go wrong in the world. And a lot of it, as you probably already know, but it's tied to the media. The media gives you all the bad news. Now you could say that the media is like a bad guy, even YouTube or Facebook, they're all the bad guys because they only give us bad news. But here's the thing. It's not the media's job to tell you the truth. Their job is to entertain you. That's it. Now, you may not agree with me. You may not think that what I'm saying is realistic, but that's not the point. I'm not saying it like that to try and tell the truth. I'm saying it like that because I want you to have the mentality of that. Whether it feels true or not, just think that. Let yourself disregard media as just a form of entertainment. That's it. It's just entertainment. So if all there is bad news and that's what people like, that's their thing. There's plenty of good stuff out there. If you actively look for positive news, you're going to find it. Right? So it's not a thing of availability. It's a thing of preference. People like the bad news. And you could go looking for good news. That would make you feel better. So we've covered a few things here. Collective morality, the media that affects it, and having your own opinion. So take all that information in for a second. Think about it. Really think about it. Think about leaving behind all those things that you wish you could do, and feeling bad for all these victims that you can't help. As nice as it is to feel bad, and I'm sure a little bit of us, a part of us, like to always do so, but not to the extent that you're punishing yourself for not having a positive effect, for not being able to do something. At least not without the resources. You know what I mean? Do what you can do. Anything that's heavier than that, leave it. Don't let that weight stay on your shoulders. Have your individual morality. Don't need to buy into a collective one. That tends to create all that weight. Anyway, I hope you liked our little talk. If you liked the video, then you can give it that thumbs up. The actual like, or it's okay if you don't, or you can even subscribe if you feel like it. It's completely up to you. I do this for you guys. Keep fighting a good fight. Good luck out there. Peace out.